While studying and solidifying my interest in economic development, I had an opportunity to build a good relation with a lady by the name of Dr. Hannah Cross. With her guidance, she did help me maneuvering and building a vision on how to actually reach that pursuit. But the holy grail for me was actually joining the mentorship program. I am calling it a holy grail because when I joined the mentorship program, I was assigned to a lady by the name of Hena Patel, and she was unapologetically realistic with me in a sense on not just using a traditional or conventional way of actually getting into employment, but also being more strategic, going the extra mile in actually entering the labor market, in applying for jobs.
These kind of events, for example, or mentorship programs and things like that, I do really think that we should appreciate it because we look at things more in a practical way. Yes, we are going to university, but we are pushed on really thinking, right? Not just memorizing things. The university, I think, helped these kind of events, the opportunity to speak with people and, going out there. But, I'm not gonna lie, at the same time, it's also on you. So when I was, here in university, I had pretty much a, full-time job and things like that. Kind of like getting in early really helped me pushing through and kind of like speeding up the process. Because I graduated, I already had some sort of experience.
So with myself, I also was on the mentoring scheme here, and I think that also was really, really helpful for me because the mentor that I had actually worked in the civil service herself, and I sort of got insight as to how it's like working there, and that sort of drove me to actually apply and be where I am right now. She was really helpful. I was going over my CV, even like my dissertation. She was helping me with a lot. So I would really recommend to take this opportunity if you can get that. I also try to take as much opportunity in going to the career fairs. Although my sort of stance was I wasn't actually looking for a graduate job straight after I graduated. I sort of wanted a year off. But at the same time, you also need to think about and have in mind that you are going to have to go out into the real world and apply for jobs. After leaving university, you're not going to really have that opportunity, so take whatever opportunity you have right here, right now. And I think also another thing I would like to add is I went to the careers fair and I actually joined to teach in China for a month, so it's called Go to Code China.
I probably would not call it worries, but I was concerned, or rather my concern lied on the whole conversation of ethnic minorities and the challenges of actually having a job, but mostly on the conversation of leagues of universities, and especially being an ethnic minority, Black, and coming from a non-Russell group university, to me it signaled that it would be challenging for me out there. And although this is not far from reality, I can reassure that the government and agencies are doing their best to ensure that there's an equal and fair opportunity for everyone out there. But in actuality, the real challenge after graduating was the pandemic. Looking for a job through the pandemic was not easy at all. And you have to be resilient, you have to be persistent, consistent, also change strategies. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be traditional or conventional. You have to go the extra mile in actually gaining those opportunities.
Yeah, worried, I will say so. I was one of those people, kind of like constantly applying for jobs. I think I was taking, the wrong approach at the beginning because I was focusing on applying as much as possible and not necessarily on the quality. So although game numbers do make a difference, at the same time I will focus more on the quality of applications rather than the quantity. It depends also on your personal circumstances as well. If you're fortunate enough not to have to work during studies, that's a different story, but I know there are a lot of students out there having a hard time. London, it's certainly very expensive, and then when you have to study and also think about how to get by, obviously it's quite challenging. And for myself, during COVID I was fortunate enough to have a job and I kept it. I was working from home, so yeah. Nowadays, right, dealing with rejection is probably the hardest thing, right? Especially for a person like me, I do tend sometimes to take it personally. Even in my job, I deal with rejections, every day. So I think now I kind of got used to it. But yeah, again, it's just about, not giving up and, just keep trying. We will get there eventually.
Yeah, I was actually quite worried. Obviously being from an ethnic background, as well as that, not really going to a Russell Group university. But I think it really depends on your mindset. If you have a goal, you can reach it and you just have to work for it. And I did have those worries, but use the opportunities that you do have, like the mentoring. Try to do internships. Like myself, I didn't actually do an internship, but if you do, that's also really beneficial. beneficial. And I think rejection is definitely a good thing because I think it teaches you in how to sort of cater your applications to specific job roles and specific companies. So you might just think, oh, I can just copy and paste, but don't think like that. You need to see what they're actually asking for and cater to that. And definitely I think having a passion for what you want to do is really key, and I think that also shows when you go to interviews.
I think you need to have a USP, which is short for unique selling point. You need to have a quality, whether it's a natural quality or a quality that you can construct that you can actually highlight out there. And that could be anything from learning how to write extremely formally. That could be from anything to learning a second language that can actually make you unique out there. Also, at the same time, target recruiters, because there is a lot of recruiters out there that can actually facilitate things for you, as well as improving your CV or improving your personal statement.
Always go the extra mile and be the hardest worker person in the room. I know you probably hear this every day, but it does pay off. You're not going to see the results maybe straight away, but after, it's just, coming all together. It's hard sometimes, you have bad weeks, bad months. You will eventually, start it to kind of like pay off.
My one advice is don't give up and don't think you're not capable of doing something, because you all are. Have to keep pushing, and I think definitely take the opportunities you do have at the university, going to career fairs, trying to get mentors, networking, getting advice from your personal tutors. Once you finish and you graduate, you sort of won't have that, and you will regret it, and you will think, oh, I wish I did this. But definitely get all the advice from them because they have the most experience. And another tip I would give is also joining to recruitment companies. I was interested in going to SEO London and Rail Recruitment, and they help with ethnic minorities and low socioeconomic people. So that's really helpful when they look at your applications, your CVs. They also hold classes. So definitely look out for those. So I think in the civil service we are quite fair. Personally, I actually haven't experienced gender inequality working here, but in the 2 roles that I've been in the civil service over the year and a half, I've actually had female managers, I've seen female deputy directors, so I think that's sort of, in a way, quite motivating. Personally, with my team, I think it's very fair. And even when we are recruiting and we are going for interviews, again, we are quite fair. I just don't think we sort of base, when we recruit people, on their gender at all. We're really, really fair in that. So I personally haven't experienced inequality at all.